First time making my way down to the famous dancing ledges near Swanage. Just been to Swanage Angling Centre. Been meaning to come and try and fish this mark for about 15 years since I lived in Dorset. Don't know what to expect besides what I've heard from locals. A bit of a rock ledge, it's called Dancing Ledge, so I'll be float fishing, hopefully, for the infamous black bream. Let's see how it goes. So here we are, if you want to know where I am. There's the grid. Beautiful looking spot, nice pleasure cruise, and there's the old quarry, look. Don't fall down there. There's some trainers down there. Looks like there's a group of coast steerers down there. Not much water about. Let's have a look. Really busy, loads of schools doing climbing. You can see it's a great place for climbing. I'm just going to survey where these birds are still to that point. That's favourite. Float's going to be going back towards me. Definitely a nice offshore breeze for today. Don't know if we'll ever get around to it today. So there you go, Dancing Ledge. Let's go fishing. Hi, Fraser Christian, Coastal Survival. Another adventure with Fraser Christian. Just taking a mickey there out of Malcolm Douglas. I've been watching. Does the old programmes in Australia, really old programmes. He calls them Adventures with Malcolm Douglas, and I thought I'd call this series Adventures with Fraser Christian. Anyway, I'm at the famous Dancing Ledges near Swanage, near Worth Matravis. I'll show you some scenery in a minute. There's a great big behind me. Great big escarpment of rocks that have been carved out and some holes there. This used to be a quarry, a stone quarry, and they used to load the boats off here. There's a massive rock ledge that just falls off there, really deep into the sea. And I'm here today to try and go for the elusive black bream. It's really rocky down there, so we're using a float kit. Anyway, let's have a go. There we go. Float kit's out. Just bought this new little telescopic 3-metre telescopic rod. Just took a chance off eBay. Don't know the brand of it. And a little Ryobi reel. It's quite cheap, so just bought a little setup. Probably cost me about under £50 with a bit of bait. That was the expensive bit today. Using a bit of ragworm and squid. The float's right out there. I don't know if you can see it. It's just bobbing away nicely. And what we've got is just after high tide now, it's not spring tide, so there's plenty of water here. It's not a massive tide, they're dropping away, and the tide's just turned, and it's going, tide seems to be pulling the float out that way, and we've got the wind coming this way, so it's holding the float up just nice. Let's see what we get. The float's been out there for a couple of minutes, just holding up nice. I'll just show you this scenery now. Absolutely amazing. Let's go round to the west. Yeah, really amazing. There's a National Trust car park up the top. It's about a 10-15 minute walk. And there's some schools there and a few guys doing rock climbing. But yeah, an amazing bit of scenery really. Just out on this rock ledge, I imagine this gets covered in water on a big storm. But yeah, first check out today, just having a little scope out and then see how the land lies and where all the dangers are in the daylight, and then I'll come back here hopefully and do a proper session and stay overnight and fish it dawn and dusk. One thing I did make in anticipation of coming here and fishing down off these ledges, unlike Malcolm Douglas when he's catching the big bear and he's up in Australia, it's the middle of June, I got my coat on, my woolly hat, but be, we didn't get that many fish, but if you do, you want to be able to land them. So I made myself a drop net, and it's just out some water piping, a little join of some clear piping, and then just some garden netting. And on the bottom of it, oh, if I get off the rocks, there's a bit of a lead line on the bottom to keep it down, and just probably about 10 meters of rope there. And that just means if we do get a fish and we're off the ledges, we can lift it up. Because we're only using light tackle. This float kit's only light. If we do get one, it's going to be an amazing bit of fun. But anyway, first day, scoping it out. If we get a fish today, it'll be amazing luck. But there we go. Stay tuned. Of trying to learn the way that the currents are running around this headland, and the wind is going to have an effect on that. Just trying to get this float out, stop it coming back into shore, and just trying to get it to hold off. You can see a reef just under stone ledge, just under the water there. And as soon as I suppose the tide, can see now actually the tide, just see the tide. It's kind of like a, what we're looking at, it's lighter, it's like a lighter band of water that's coming right off this headland, and that's just where the waves are coming in and going back out, and that's that tide sort of race, I suppose. That's sort of where I want to be, on the edge of that. But it's all good fun anyway. First time out here, dancing ledges. Great fun. Managed to find there a nice little hole just to put the butt of the rod in. It's got a nice brass metal end on there which keeps it in, but just in case you get the fish for a lifetime, just loosen your drag when you're not holding the rod, just so it's free running. That way, if you do get a decent fish, you ain't going to take your rod and reel into the sea, which I've had happen before on a boat and off the beach. So loosen the drag right off. You don't need to worry about it striking or hooking onto the fish. That float will give enough tension to hook the fish anyway, so you ain't got to sit here and hold the rod. It's not as exciting as Malcolm Douglas when he's up in Australia. Seems to be fishy everywhere. He's catching a barramundi, jack, Spanish mackerel like you've never seen before. It's not that hectic here, but anyway, it's good fun. It's just amazing to get out. I've been fishing now for what, 20 years, 15 years professionally, but I still never tire or get bored of coming to a new spot. It's all about learning the way that just this particular bit of coastline affects the water, the depth of the water, what type of other crustaceans are here, what sort of baits here. All the rocks are littered with limpets here, and there's some really nice sea spaghetti down there, so hopefully the tide goes out before I go, I might be able to get a nice feed of sea spaghetti. But I imagine there's wrasse all up really in tight to these rocks here. They'll be feeding on any of the crustaceans that fall off the rocks. Seen some oyster shells back up there, so a great place to come at low tide, I imagine anyway. But amazing fun just being somewhere new. Little break in the fishing. Got these group of coast steerers here. Jumping into the sea. Don't always get the coast to yourself, and that's why it's worth coming scoping these places out. I think this will be a lovely dusk till dawn spot, to tell you the truth. Plenty of places to bivvy up on the cliff there. Let's let these lot get out of my way. Just want to show you something else I found. Really amazing geology here. There's loads of massive fossils and giant clams up there, but I'll get down and show you. There's just loads and loads of little depressions, and it's a really, as you can see, flat ledge of rocks. And what there is, I'll just show you, there's loads of salt. positive. And this is how easy it is to get salt on the coast. It's so valuable. It's like white gold. Just for a little stone, just in that one pool there. Plenty of it. I don't imagine it would take me that long. There's loads of it everywhere. This would be a great resource, especially years ago. Anyway, on with the fishing. Not a bite as far as I've seen. Wind's getting up now. I've put a bigger hook on. And anticipation there might be some bass out there, but again, really enjoying myself. Somewhere new, always fascinating. Plenty to see and do. Still loads more of the shore to explore yet. There you go, Dancing Ledge. There we go. The coast steerers came in handy. They just wanted me to move then as they jumped in the water, and I just flagged one of them to get me some of this lovely stuff. Sea spaghetti. It's just a little bit out of my reach without getting wet, and there's loads of it there. Got foraging, well, not foraging, but cooking some wild food next week. So that it's going to do beautifully. Thank you for the guys at Jurassic Water Sports. I think that's what they're called, Jurassic Water Sports, Jurassic Adventures. We'll find out anyway. Coast steering if you're into that. Well, that's it for me. First time at Dancing Ledges. No doubt I'll be back. I think this is going to be a good spot for when the schools have shut. Late evening, nice evening. Maybe bivvy up on the rocks down there, bivvy back. And dawn and dusk, yeah. But as you can see, Dancing Ledges, if you're going to come here, be aware it seems a really popular spot for coast steering. But anyway, Fraser Christian, Coastal Survival, another adventure. Stay tuned.